Hello and welcome back to Supermoto Land. It's June 2025 and this is our 2018 Husqvarna fs450 bike build that you probably saw in the previous video. It's a 13-hour old 2018 bike, and the idea of the project is basically to spend as little as possible on it to make it into the best sort of race bike that we can make, without actually spending a fortune, which is always difficult with these things. So at the moment you can see it's still a standard engine, standard pipe. I would like to get a aftermarket pipe on there, but that's proving quite difficult to find. So really I've just gone through the whole bike, drilling bolts and stuff, obviously an oil change. The bits that I've added to it, now the front forks, we've put in a set of our Öhlins forks, our Öhlins cartridges in the WP outers, and we put some SPS fork feet on it, so that's quite a big spend in itself, but it's probably worth spending the money on a set of Öhlins, to be honest, because they are the best fork out there, and always the air forks on these things are the big letdown. So that's the big spend. On the front brake, we've gone for a PFM brake disc. That's a demountable brake disc, very good brake disc that we like and we've used on our bikes. Makes wheel changes a lot easier and quicker. The Brembo caliper is stock, but you can see it's we've got some titanium bolts there that come in the kit with from SPS to fit it to their fork feet. The fork feet are worth doing because they do make the bike turn that much better, so that's a definite must for us. Triple clamps we've left alone at the moment. You could go to the Spider triple clamps, but that's if you want really precise turning. We think the OEM ones are pretty good anyway. We've put an AIM data logger on there. That's a lot of money, but that's just on there for testing purposes, so we can get some lap times and data from the whole system. One thing we have put on there is, you can't see it's underneath the seat, is the Vortex ECU. So that's on there with our maps. Now an interesting thing there is that I've used our 2019 to 2022 maps, and I wasn't sure if that would work on the sort of 17-18 models because it's a different engine, or slightly different, but it does, it all fires up, all sounds good. I'm yet to test it on track or on the dyno, so we'll obviously see what happens there, but it all seems to be okay, so we just do a track test. And obviously we've got the quick shifter on there with that. It's just an SP shifter tip, but again all wired into the Vortex system, so that works quite well. So I'm quite excited about all of that. The engine is totally standard. I haven't opened it at all yet. Like I say, we're doing this on a budget to start with. Later on maybe we'll put a cam and a high compression piston in there and do a bit of head work, but at the moment we're just trying to see how fast we can make this bike without actually going too silly on it. Put on some protection circuit handguards because they're obviously very robust. I like to put on some little the old wheel rear axle sliders. I basically reuse as handlebar ends. Again, that stops quite a bit of damage, although it does make the bars a bit wider, but I sort of take them off of there once they're ground down a bit, clean them up, and then put them back onto there. In the other thing we've done in the caliper there, now I've changed the pads for some MotoMaster carbon ones. So they do some sintered ones there, but they also do some carbon ones, which are supposed to be really good. So we're going to give those a try. Obviously, Putaline have given us all the oil products. So we've done the brake system with the URBF, and obviously the engines on the SPR Plus 5W50. The Vortex I already told you about. So really that's about where we are. The only thing we're missing is, which is coming in the next week hopefully, is the Spider link underneath. We're just using the U-link because we like to play around with the geometry of the rear, just raise or lower it. So that's yet to come. That's the only thing to go on, and then we're gonna test ride it. Now we're gonna give it to Loris, who's quite a rapid S4 and S1 GP rider. That's his normal bike. So that's his 22 bike, which he's very happy with at the moment, with everything on it. You can see DVRs, full A-kit engine, so that's had a lot of work done to it. It's got a lambda sensor on there, Spider triple clamps. That's the lowering or hiring link there from Spider. It's got a swinging arm on it, Motormaster rear disc, and rear caliper. I mean, the list goes on this. Probably, if you added like the cost of the bike and everything on it together, you're looking about 30,000 euros for this bike. So it just shows you how silly we are spending all our money on motorbikes. So that's his A-kit bike, which is he took out a couple of days ago and was on lap record pace on used tyres at Circuito Yepes, a local track of ours. So what we're going to do is take this one out and see how quick that is compared to that one. So I wouldn't like to say how much that would cost. Obviously, if you brought a 2018 second hand now, well, they sort of 4,500 euros, something like that, and all the bits on we've added on, we've probably put maybe 2,000 to 3,000 euros worth of parts if you added all up brand new. We're using used parts, you know, from our stock of parts because we've got that many bikes. Oh, we put a 15 RCS Brembo master cylinder on there as well. That's always just gives us a bit more feel, so that's one thing we've done as well. So yeah, overall cost, I would say you're looking at maybe 8,000 euros compared to probably about 30,000 euros. So we're going to test it, see how fast each bike is, and report back to you. And big shout out to our sponsor, Spice Solutions, their personal sponsor of Loris Ford Dunn, who help pay to make these sort of animals. Anyway, until next time, thank you.